my name is Kathy Scott.
And I am Paul Scott.
And our company is called Quantum Life Wellness, and we teach energy healing. Everything is energy, and all healing is energy healing. And a really good example of that is, even if a doctor has to go in and slice and dice and all that stuff and either put something in or take something out, once he's done those stitches, who does the healing? You do, right? And what is it that you're doing? Do you focus on what you're doing? Absolutely not.
The body is always working to generate life and to generate the quality of life all the time. So we're just tapping into what's already happening.
So we teach Quantum Touch, which works with body alignment and works with the energy. So we can relieve pain and we can work with body alignment. For instance, some of our most heartwarming success stories is with young girls who have scoliosis. So instead of having to have that spine straightened with a rod in their back, we work with them and energetically over time move the spine back into alignment. It's been through word of mouth that we've been able to grow the understanding that you can work with and yourself and your energy and your doctor and your chiropractor and all of it, your naturopath, everything, and you can blend in energy healing.
When I was a realtor, I was working really hard. I was pumping myself up. I was going out there working long hours and really performing, but I wasn't taking the best of care of myself, you know. And so my idea of a relaxation would be a nice bottle of wine and the dinner and probably all the things that weren't really that good for me. Anyway, I ended up with a blood virus, which was called Epstein-Barr, and I got very, very ill. And at the time, doctors didn't know that it was part of the mononucleosis family. So I had that for 5 years. And I went out and I talked to the doctors. They couldn't help me. In the end, I finally figured out what was wrong and told them it's Epstein-Barr. Will you test me for it? And they did, and it was. And I checked out all the alternative therapies that were out there. I did everything you could imagine because I wanted to get well. And I finally really fell into a holistic approach that worked. And in 3 months, not only was I healed, I didn't even have it in my blood. I went into coaching, counseling, and then transpersonal counseling, and now Kathy and I teach energy work. We teach and mentor energy healers together. Yeah. How cool is that? Like to do that as a husband and wife team. Really our ideal client is someone who's ready for change and they're seeking alternative therapy of some kind. And Kathy and I have a broad spectrum of experience and modalities that we draw from. So we really are able to take more of a holistic approach with people.
We offer a range of experiences, and it can be as short as 20 minutes of quantum touch. A lot has happened in a 20-minute or 30-minute quantum touch session with someone. What we can also do is we can go into as long as a 2 to 3 hour session with people and go deep into finding out what the root of it all is, and then go into basic alignment of the body. And when the body starts to align, the energy in the body starts to move, and sometimes you can be brought to laughter, to tears, but whatever it is, it's like an emotional release.
We also teach workshops, and they're just a weekend workshop. They're so powerful, and not only in that they teach you how to heal yourself, but they're also a healing experience. But most of all, they learn to empower themselves, because this is something that's fast, easy to learn, and very practical.
So the people who are coming to workshops are falling into really two categories. People who have a chronic pain and they want that intense 2 days of being in it and understanding how they could help themselves on a long-term basis. And then people who actually are energy healers of some sort.
So what I love about this work and what really inspires me is when someone comes in with what they feel has been a chronic long-term condition that they've almost become resigned to. And then you see it almost like miraculously shift, and their eyes just pop open and they can't believe it, and they're just like, oh my God, it's gone.
Yeah.
And in that moment of sort of, there's magic there, and to me that's magical. Or when I see someone that's been depressed for most of their life and all of a sudden they feel like they came out of prison and they're alive again, like connecting almost back to a childlike state, and they're so happy and vibrant. It just is the best thing for me ever.
We've got to the point where we call miracles normals.
Normals. We had another client on the island, beautiful older lady who'd been suffering with swollen feet that were purple, painful. I mean, she was in pain all the time. She could hardly walk. And she came and laid on her table, and within about 30 minutes of working with her, her feet started to change. The swelling started to go down. Color came back into her feet. Within an hour and a half, her feet went from purple to almost white. And she had varicose veins sticking out that high. They disappeared back into her skin. And she started looking at her feet, and her feet went up. She said, I haven't seen those feet for 15 years. And she bawled her eyes out. Then she took off her shoes. She went outside on the lawn in her bare feet, and she was absolutely overjoyed.